Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, we're watching this video.
So I am Alkin Slice, other known as Steven. This is my friend Benjamin.
Yeah, that's me.
Yep. Why don't you go ahead and tell him the backstory about this video real quick?
Okay, this is a super cringe video from Beatemups. I normally respect this guy. Like, I like some of his opinions. But this opinion in particular is a bit wrong. It's unjustified, and it's not really a review.
I think I can summarize this pretty good.
Okay.
So, Ben really likes this game called Xenoblade Chronicles 2. You might have heard of it. You might have seen us play it on the channel. He's very, very passionate about this game.
Yeah.
This particular YouTuber, who's very popular, I have no beefs with him. And like Ben says, there's no beefs. It's just this was a very controversial review that he made, where he basically reviewed the game, and yeah, you'll hear Ben go off about it. But this is one of his. I would assume this is probably one of his most disliked videos. I'm
gonna be pausing a lot in this video.
So his video is 14 minutes long. Expect this to be like 2 hours. Joking.
It's gonna be probably maybe an hour.
Let's go. Oh, you gotta turn it up, by the way, so you can hear.
I did turn it up.
Okay, cool.
See, it's at 23. Okay.
Go.
I haven't played a lot of Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Incorrect. You have not been playing a lot of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I'm turning the volume up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because this is the first start of several, like, lies in the video. I don't know if it's lies. He says a lot. He's so confident with all this swagger, but then I can actually prove that he has not been playing a lot of Xenoblade.
So we talked about this when we were playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2. He had I think 50 hours racked up, but the point he was at was literally like less than 10 hours into the game.
Yeah, so we'll get into how this happened.
And I have decided that I don't want to review it. This isn't an easy video to make. In fact, it's probably going to be one of the hardest not review videos I've ever tried to make.
It's easy. What he's doing is easy. What's hard is playing the game.
But I have had so many people message me saying, hey, I don't want to buy this game until you talk about it. I want to know if it's worth buying. Let's talk about this game.
That's unfortunate.
You can't pause like that many times, man. Come on.
Talk about it, and people will be going back to that video and commenting, hey, when are you going to talk about it? The reason why I don't want to talk about it is because I think it's a good game, but I'm not really enjoying it. And I want to try and talk about that and explain my reasons why. But another reason why I don't want to review the game is because a game like this, a huge RPG like this, you really have to finish it or at least get halfway through before you can talk about it and really appreciate the scope of the game.
Not true.
I don't think I'm going to
Not true at all.
get halfway through the game because I'm not enjoying it. I mean, it's not playing out.
Which is fine. You're not enjoying it.
You've got to put at least 30, 40, 50 in, and it's something that I'm just not prepared to.
Okay, pause it.
Okay, I'm stalling.
So we just said if you really enjoy this game, you need to put 20, 30, 40, 50 hours in. No, you don't. Now, I will say it takes about 20, 30 hours of actually getting into the game, which we established he did not get that far into the game.
No,
but
not.
It takes about that far until you actually get all the way into the mechanics. But it kind of spoon feeds you the mechanics as they come.
Yeah.
But there's plenty in the first 10 hours that's worth playing this game for.
Yeah, it's just not accurate at all. Okay.
Because I don't want to talk about the things that I don't like, because I don't necessarily want to get hated on, but let's just dive into it. I do not enjoy the combat. I don't. And
you haven't had a chance to play the combat. Look at his combo meter right now. Look how many characters he has. He is not playing the full combat.
Well, let's give him the benefit of the doubt that he's using early game footage to not spoil it.
Okay, we'll give him that. Okay, first of all, let's break it down. Look at his level right now. What is it? 18?
Yep.
Okay, Van Damme is at level 20 and he is at level 19. Okay, he's fighting a level 22 Mordau Bland. Okay, he is not leveling properly. First of all, and also he's just sitting there and he says this later and just doing auto attack.
Just let it play out.
Okay, we're gonna let it play out.
Okay.
I'm not saying that it's bad combat because so many people are crazy. So many people are going crazy gaga for it and think it's the best thing since sliced bread. But for me, I just think it's really, really slow and boring. And I know you unlock more blades and more abilities because I've been doing that. But every time I unlock something that I think is going to add to the combat and add to what it is I'm doing every time I get into a battle, it just adds adds another button that I need to wait for. The combat is all auto attacks. So you can walk up to a battle, you press A.
No, it is not. It is not all auto attacks.
The standard attack is auto attack.
The standard attack is auto attack. He's literally never played a tab targeting game ever. No, it's not all auto attacks. It's just tab. I mean, it's not. You don't press tab. There's no keyboard, but it's okay. There's an auto attack in every MMO that happens, and this game uses some of that MMO flair. So did the first game. So him saying it's all auto attacks, he's literally like a child trying to play with a Nintendo 64 controller, and he can't find the literally obvious buttons on the controller, or he can't reach them. Like it's not all auto attacks. Anyways.
Well, start a auto attack, and then you build up your arts over time. And how you use an art is you press a single button that's mapped to that art. So as soon as you start a battle, you do nothing right away. You just kind of wait.
Incorrect. You unlock features later in the game once you get going that allow you to immediately do. You see, he's got Feral Uppercut, Grand Smash, and Bullet Punch. As soon as he levels up his affinity with his blade, he can actually just execute those right away. And there's also a button on his left side. Stone is already active. He could press that button.
And make his teammate use it.
Yes, it is not auto attacks.
Which is a very important mechanic of the game because you want to build up certain elements to get certain big
Yes,
attacks.
yes. So he's not being honest there. He didn't understand the mechanics at all, and he didn't try to. And he's going to explain that in just a few minutes.
A little bit. And after about 10-15 seconds, you get to press a button. And then you press that button, and then if you time it right, you'll charge up your special. And you essentially just do that over and over. There is a ton of things you have to
No.
What's he talking about timing?
around that.
He says 10 or 15 seconds. It's not. And look, he can't break this guy's shield because he wouldn't do the right move.
Essentially,
Yeah, you need to use break, right?
Yes.
You are waiting in auto attack. And I have found that
It's not
what I
waiting in
get
auto
through
attack.
in the 10-15 hours that I've played is that while you're just going along these missions, except for in the boss battles, if you really wanted to, you could just let it auto attack and it would be fine.
No. Incorrect.
Well, he tries to show it later, but the enemy he chooses is very questionable.
Very incorrect. like if you're past level 10, this is not true. Like if you're on level 5, okay, sure. First enemy in the game, yeah, you could probably do that.
You don't have to worry about the arts. You don't have to worry about the stuff.
Incorrect.
Actually, your auto attacks and the other characters' auto attacks and whatever the heck they're doing.
You know, but I gotta say, we're further in the video than I thought we'd be. I thought you'd have a lot more to say.
It's coming.
I remember one room I walked in with about 7-8 enemies in there, these NPC characters, and I put my controller down to try and see if I could prove a point, and I beat all the characters. And yes, I could have sat there and
I don't think they're level 10.
myself and done it,
Level C?
but
Yeah, he's level 9.
I'm going
Well,
back
he's
to
level
this
14.
point to prove a point. So at this point, I'm
At least I think that's what it is.
He was level 9 in that clip.
Chris, when he's level 14.
Oh wait, no.
So it took a little longer.
Oh,
Yeah,
in this
level
one,
14.
yeah, he is level 14.
Those enemies are level 10.
Oh, okay. No, they're level 9. Okay, that's what I was looking at.
But it was the fact that my first walkthrough, and on the main story that I was playing, I could put my controller down like I am right now and have the game play itself.
Okay, it's not even true. Like, if you're playing on the normal, on a difficulty that isn't easy, or isn't the easiest difficulty, literally there's options in the game currently, and there was at launch to adjust the difficulty.
Yeah.
So if you want it to be more challenging, you could change this.
Yeah. That's what we did before, too.
Yes. So, if he wanted to, he could make the game more challenging with literally just going through the menu and changing the settings. The only way I see this working is if he's adjusted the difficulty down to the easiest setting possible in the game. And that's how he would recreate this. Because there are difficulty settings in this game where you can't do that. Right? So if he's just playing on super casual mode, you know, or story mode, story mode where you don't, where it literally tells you you don't have to worry about combat, he's not quite being honest about the difficulty of the game. If he wants it to be more difficult, he could easily make it more difficult, where he doesn't have to auto-attack.
So let me see if I understand this. Your biggest gripe is that he's saying this, the game's too easy, and you're just saying...
That's not by far not my biggest gripe. That is one of many gripes. So, go ahead and say what you're going to say. Like, this gripe in particular is...
Basically what I'm hearing is that he's saying the game's too easy, he doesn't have to play it, but he could just change the difficulty to fix that.
Yes. He could have picked a harder difficulty setting. So, if he's bored with easy mode, there are settings in there that'll make this game a little bit more challenging.
Like normal mode.
Yes.
Let's do this.
No, that's like a thing, and sure, like, I could press a button right now, and it would do, like, an extra thing. Wow, that was really weird timing with the battle ended when I did that. But it's like, I don't need to. And for me, that's not engaging. And I know I'm upsetting so many people right now. It's one of those things where you have those friends, right, that you have games that you love, you adore, like your Final Fantasy, or your... for me, it's the Walking Dead Telltale game. That's one of my favorite games of all time, but sometimes it's so hard convincing people to even try it, let alone to enjoy it. And it blows my mind that they don't love the gameplay, that they don't love the story, that they don't fall in love with the game, and they just don't like it. And I know that that's infuriating, so I feel bad for the people that are watching this right now.
I know exactly what he's talking about. That does suck.
And, like, reading.
That time. Make sure you skip it.
Oh, this is the Kingdom Hearts set.
Yeah. Make sure you skip it.
Skip, 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 skip. Where's the mouse? There it is. Okay.
So even the combat at what is probably considered its best is still just not my cup of tea. I'm not going to sit here and say it's boring, because so many people, and I know I have said that, so let me retract on it, because so many people enjoy it and love it and find it engaging. I even made a Twitter poll to see if it was just me, and most of the votes, about 40-50% of the votes, went to fun and engaging. The other votes either went to not fun at all and boring, or it needed some tweaking. And I think ultimately, looking at it and taking myself and what I need from a game out, putting myself in the shoes of someone that would enjoy a game like that, I do agree that it would still need some tweaking. I don't think that it's there at 100%. This is what this gameplay needs to be. I still feel like it's lacking something, but maybe that's just me. Let's talk about something I like about the game. Let's intersperse something I like about it, and that's, I love the way it looks. I think it looks awesome. It reminds me of Final Fantasy IX, just kind of the graphical style of it, something more like Breath of the Wild. But there's so much more going on, and I do feel like the world feels more alive than Breath of the Wild. Obviously, a lot more creatures in the world that you can go and interact with and destroy and kill. The towns seem more in-depth, more built, there's more shops, there's a lot of more in the game. Okay, next thing I didn't like about it is the voice acting is killing me.
What? I mean, I get it. Where he's in the game, it is kind of annoying, but like, the team of voice actors is like, Nia's voice actor is amazing. I feel like Pyramithra, she did well.
Yeah, she's great.
Rex is a little grating, but not that much.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's way better than the typical Funimation crew that you get in a lot of these things. Like, every time I hear Christopher Sabat's voice in a video game, I just kind of roll my eyes.
Piccolo?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
He also is that one guy from My Hero or whatever.
My Hero Academia?
Yeah. So, like, the voice acting crew, he's about to bash on them, but, like, there's literally a lot of this has been addressed at this point, so, anyways.
I can tell an awesome feats of engineering when I see them.
You didn't close your mouth, so you're gonna spoil it tonight.
Sorry, that was a clever line, though.
I wasn't honest. I was just rubbing the lotion. You can download a Japanese patch, and so many people have been recommending this to me because it's a common complaint.
It's now in the game from the beginning.
Download the Japanese voice pack and change the voices to Japanese so you don't need to put up with it. And I'm sorry again if you like it, but I can't stand the voice acting. There's maybe 2 or 3 characters that sound pretty alright. I think Jim's pretty cool. But as far as that terrible British accent goes,
It's more Scottish than
I'm
British.
sorry, okay, what's your accent like again? Beatemups? What's your whole accent like?
I just think maybe he just doesn't like that Scottish
I'm just gonna be
accent.
honest, Beatemups voice acting in this is just so bad. Like, it's just got this accent. It's obviously a fake Australian accent. I just can't stand it.
Really? Are you being serious?
No, I'm not being serious.
Okay.
I just can't stand it. And then it goes beyond the voice acting too. It also goes into the NPCs. But again, when you're battling, especially those damn human NPCs in the battleship, they have a
Okay, so literally, what is this? An hour of the game, of a 400+ hour game?
Well, this is like 2-3. There's like 3-4 hours in.
3-4 hours. Okay, I mean like this section in particular. How
Oh,
long?
this whole section took like an hour.
Yeah. Okay.
And as much as they're annoying me, I can't remember one right now, but one was, "Don't forget me! Don't forget me! Don't forget me!" And it's like that. Literally like that.
Don't forget me!
It literally only happens for an hour in the game, and that's it.
And turn off in-game voice.
They have addressed, and I think they've adjusted the voices.
So the voice acting isn't great, but I can look past it. Plus, you can change it to Japanese, so that's not a deal breaker to me the same way that the gameplay is. But it definitely wasn't something I was hoping to get engaged in a story that I felt like wasn't there. The story is a really surface level story. It's really basic.
The look on Ben's face right now is just so priceless.
It's surface level. It's basic.
Oh my god, dude! Just I wish I could show you his face right now. Holy crap!
I forgot he said this, and now I'm remembering it.
You know, it's funny because I was like, "It'll be fine. You'll react to it. You'll have a lot to say." I can tell this is physically hurting you to hear this. You are physically in pain.
The story is surface level, guys. Surface
All right.
level.
Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
God, I just can't believe he has no right to say that.
It's fine for what it is.
Hey
but
man,
I
he
would
played
be
10 hours.
In a basic story, if the characters were engaging, if the characters were likable. And while I like Pyro a lot, I just don't like most of the other cast. You know, I never intended to get this in depth with the video. I really wanted to keep it really minimal. I was thinking like a 4 to 5 minute video because I didn't want to review it, but
Now I'm gonna review it.
Yeah, it's like he could have just. This is the thing that I think is the biggest gripe about it that most people kind of had, other than the fact that he's kind of reviewing it when he hasn't really played a lot of it, because it's a big game, man.
We'll show you how much you played. And
But it's just like
he lies at the end here.
It's in another video
Big lie.
when he says I'm going back to try the game again. He deletes his file,
Yeah.
and then but you see where he's at. It's like that.
and
Just
again, I
way
feel
past
like I've
that.
just been destroying
But
the game. And
My
I
gripe with
don't
this,
like it. There's a
can I
lot.
pause real quick, is that he's trying to say I don't want to review it. You know, all this other stuff. So he should have just made a video like, guys, I just wasn't feeling the combat. I wasn't feeling this. I wasn't feeling that. But he's going through. He's reviewing everything.
Yeah.
Low key.
Loki is reviewing everything. He shouldn't.
Yeah.
There's a lot that I like about it. There was a lot that kept me playing initially. Essentially, all it boils down to is the combat. I can crap on a bunch of other stuff I don't like. I can mention a bunch of other stuff that I do like the exploration I like a lot. But the combat just isn't there for me. And it's not just the basic combat elements either that I find to be kind of droll. It's also the fact that even if, when I was level 4 to 15 and I walked out into the field, one of two things would happen. One, a level 80 bazillion would decide to come running at me from the other end of the field and one hit me and send me.
This is literally. I died to this guy twice in our playthrough. This is literally the only time this happens in the entire game. And it's there to serve a lesson. And that is, don't fight enemies that are higher level than you. They literally designed it so that you would encounter this ape and you know to avoid him.
And Donkey Kong is meter in person.
Yes. So, the idea behind this particular encounter is it's right at the beginning, so you know to avoid and learn the patterns of enemies. It's emergent gameplay.
And he's pretty easy to avoid, too.
Yes, he is very easy to
Though sometimes
avoid.
it is inconvenient to avoid him because you have to wait.
You have to wait, but that's the
Part of the
idea. The game's supposed to be dangerous. It's sort of a little bit Dark Souls in a sense when it does this, but it never does this to you again unless you go wandering off the path.
Mm-hmm.
This is the only time you encounter something like this in your path, and it's to teach you a lesson. He totally misses this and thinks it's a feature of the game and not just a lesson to be learned. By the way, if you go back and kill him, it's pretty fun.
Back to wherever I started, which I gotta tell you is annoying, especially when The point of that
Must
now
not like Dark Souls.
because the waypoint system sucks.
Uh-oh.
Almost everyone I've talked to has gotten lost at some point, got confused at some point, doesn't know what
Look where you falling for that.
head in. I'm completely lost at this point of the game. The waypoint is pointing through a wall, and I keep trying to find a way around.
I agree with them that it's kind of hard to get used to.
It is hard to get used to, but that's if he's played a Xenoblade game before, he would have encountered this.
I just want to find where I'm going, and the waypoint system just doesn't help me there.
Also,
The waypoint system. His complaint is it's not Skyrim.
well, also another thing I'm going to gripe about this too, because it's like there's times where you'll look and it's like, okay, I got to go this direction, but there's a very particular path to get there. To get there is kind of tedious to find your way. That is one thing that I will say.
That is tedious. However, I have to counter that by saying they did add an elevation marker now. So
Really?
now on the new game.
Is that what that is?
No. That is where the tide is in the game. So
Gotcha.
So if you look at the mini map, it'll tell you if you have to go up or down.
Okay.
So you need to, if you pay attention to that and you learn how to navigate. He's running into navigation issues. Literally, if he learned how to read the map correctly, he wouldn't have this issue. It's more of him interacting. He's just not used to this UI, which there are some gripes that you could legitimately have with the game, and there are some gripes that I have with this game that I could bring out, but he is so shallow into this game, he does not have he doesn't even point out the biggest issue with this game, in my opinion. He can't even get there yet. He doesn't even know. He doesn't even get to the part where he finds the issue. So
this is just a mechanic. Maybe you're supposed to do this on your own and they don't want to handhold you and point you exactly where you're supposed to find whatever it is that I need right now.
yes and no.
I would love to think that, but every quest I switch to, no matter which quest it is right now,
He's got one quest.
like I switch to this one, which I'm almost certain I finished, and there's no waypoint.
Wait, what? Wait, hold on.
Quest it is right now. Like I switched to this one, which I'm almost certain I
No,
finished.
look at his
There's
objectives. Look at
missing a
that.
check mark. There's missing a check mark. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. That is kind of funny, actually.
Oh my gosh. I'm almost certain I finished this. No, you have not. You haven't. There's two objectives. If you press Y, you would see what the objectives are.
And there's no waypoint for it. This is the main
Because
quest,
this.
by the way.
Go back.
The main one I'm
Look at
supposed to be doing. This is the one I was doing.
Look at the objectives.
And
There's a reason there's no waypoint. Look at the objectives.
This is the main quest, by the way. The main.
Look at the objectives. Go back. Keep going. Let it go. Keep going.
It's right there.
No, let it play so it loads up all the way.
main one I'm supposed
Where was
to
it?
be doing.
Right.
Set as active quest.
No, go. Keep going. That's not the one I'm talking about.
This is the one
He
I
switches
was
it, look.
just on. No waypoint. And I've managed to get a few waypoints.
Okay, just so this is saying there's no active, like there's no waypoint, but there's no waypoint because it's saying use this move.
Main one I'm supposed to be doing.
That's the main quest. That's not the one you switched to.
And this is the one I was just on. No waypoint. And I've managed to get a few waypoints.
Oh, here we
to
go.
work on certain ones. This one is one I haven't.
Art
done.
Stealth 1.
There's still nothing.
Yeah, 'cause you have to use an art
settings,
stealth.
I've tried
You have to
turning
use an
off
art
again.
stealth, yes.
And art is the moves.
And also, look, Confusion Ivy. These are stuff you find in the area.
This is why I'm kind of over it.
And the other thing. that
Okay,
happens-
so-
One,
Okay. Dude. Okay, we will probably have to watch the other video in fairness because I think he corrects a lot of this. So, if I point out something that he addresses in the next video, sorry, okay? But the objectives have hints. You can read the objective in more detail as long as it's loading now. As long as you click Y, and he never did that. So he's just not reading the tooltips that are right there in front of him. Which I get it's a little confusing, but like it's not that confusing.
Yeah.
the level 80% of it.
Yeah, another ad.
Yeah, we have to skip this.
Then you get YouTube Premium.
Which is I have that.
Oh, we should probably use yours next.
Yes, we should use mine.
Two, you'll get into some combat, you'll be level 15, you'll walk up to a level 9, and you would...
No.
Battle, right? Well,
Well, okay, first of all, you're walking up to an Armu.
technically it is, because that level 9 will do no damage to you whatsoever. It won't even be outright. So, you know, that fly kicking you in the nose. You will do damage to it, but it will have a bazillion health. So it'll take you like 10
You're supposed to use your moves.
He doesn't use any of his moves.
Well, he's using a couple. He's just not using the big
No,
ones.
he's not. He's not using any of his moves.
So there's almost no point.
He also isn't geared up.
In a game like this, all I want to do is run out in that lovely field with a ton of creatures and enemies.
Alright, so what I'm reading from this is he's not an MMO player at all. Because this game, it takes a
Well, I
lot.
mean, I'm not a
to
big
realize.
MMO player. I only really got into Final Fantasy 14 recently.
Yeah.
Even then, I understood this.
And that was going to be my main point as to why I didn't want to review it. Because
I mean, watch his cooldowns. How many times is he hitting his stuff?
I mean, he's hitting them as they come up, but he's not doing it like in a particular order, I don't think. We should probably let this buffer a little bit. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, he's not doing his.
Never mind. And, okay, cool. We got the buffer. Let's go.
Okay, we got some buffer in it. Okay.
maybe 40 hours in, everything all comes together and it becomes amazing and the gameplay is so engaging beyond human recognition. But for
It's
me,
already good. Hold on. It's already good. You just literally admit that you're not using half of the features the game has given to you, and you're playing on super easy. So like you're screwing yourself over, buddy. Like the gameplay is already there. You can already collect. You already have. It appears to me you already have the blades. You got past that mission, so you can unlock blades. You already have all the tools in there. You can follow the quest and figure out where you're at. You just don't like. You want more challenge in the combat, but you set it to easy, and you want less challenge in navigation. But you could look up a map or how to get there. There's several videos of this, like, and they were all released at this time. When he's making this video, there's a bunch of guides for those beginning quests out already.
Because you think he waited like a month or two before he put this out, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
So, like, if he's having trouble with navigation, he can look it up. If the combat's too easy, he can turn up the difficulty. And he's just saying they have 1 million health. Well, they have 1 million health because you're supposed to do the combos.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And he's not doing that, so just the smug look on his face right now is... Well,
15
anyways.
hours into a game and I'm still not enjoying it. And
15 hours.
I think he's just the kind of person that plays.
How are you still level... 12 hours, we level
So I'm about to
32.
address this. I think what he is, he's the kind of person that leaves his Switch on and walks away.
Yes.
So I
He
think that's why.
didn't play it for 15 hours.
combat is still slow because I haven't unlocked everything that I was supposed to unlock, and I'm still getting pop-ups every single battle I fight.
Which you don't read.
About some new mechanic that I'm probably going to forget about.
It's literally telling him how to break.
Because there's
That's...
100
Okay, that...
That's like the biggest
That's
step.
the biggest step. That's why everything has 1 million health, is because you don't break their armor,
So
bro.
if you don't know what break is the first step of the combo.
Oh my
you break
gosh.
the defense so that you can then topple them, correct?
Yes,
But then,
and that adds tons of damage. Like
Then you knock them down, which is called it's break, topple,
launch, smash.
launch, and smash. Yeah.
So okay, so you break their armor defenses first, and this allows you to do more damage with your stuff,
Mhm.
and it breaks through their armor. If you don't do this, they're gonna have like 1 million health. They're gonna be super tanky. You have to break their shields first. Once you break, you can topple. This will knock them off their feet, get rid of any stances or any like boosting to their damage or whatever. It'll reduce their damage output, I think.
But it's just kind of funny because he was talking about it earlier as an issue, and then he literally just showed it, telling him what to do.
Yes, he's talking about them having 1 million health, and the game's literally trying to tell him, hey, this is break. This is how you get things to stop having 1 million health.
Right.
And he's literally just not reading it, and he's gonna forget about the mechanic. Like, the game is trying to help him.
Alright, let's go.
Okay.
things I'm supposed to learn, then maybe the game's just not for me. Because I start thinking, in this time I could have finished like 2 other games, or at least one lengthy game. 15 hours is enough time to finish the game, and I'm here.
Okay. No. Have you played a game that was only 15 hours recently?
some AAA games, but those are like not nearly as deep a story as this game is. So,
Like, what do you mean, Brody? Like
the new Resident Evil 8, I think is like you could be like I think like 10 hours.
Battle system, but I haven't really been enjoying since the start. I don't necessarily want to be playing a game that I'm going to be 40 hours in before everything starts gelling and making sense. When I really haven't enjoyed the first 40 hours.
okay. You have chosen to ignore all the mechanics it's telling you about, which are very enjoyable. And they're introduced to you from the first part. You have chosen to ignore all of the words the game is throwing at you, because you don't like words. You've chosen not to read. You are choosing not to enjoy the game. You've chosen your difficulty setting. You've chosen to ignore the tutorials. You've chosen... It's trying to tell you.
And so I didn't want to review the game because I wasn't willing to get far enough in to review the game. So I guess take this video with a pinch of salt in regards to it's someone who just didn't enjoy the start who isn't willing to get further in. It's not a review, it's someone that couldn't stomach the start of the game. Does that mean that it's a bad game? No, not at all. In fact, I know I'm in the minority here, which is why I don't want to tell anyone off for trying the game at least. Yeah, I don't want to affect the sale either way, essentially, is what I wanted to try and do with this video, and I feel like I outweighed it without meaning to. I don't want to make someone go out and buy it and then hate it like, no, I don't hate it, they don't like it like me, but I also don't want to put someone off of playing it because I know I'm in the minority. This game has 89 on Metacritic, it's rated really high, people are loving it, enjoying it left, right, and center. I'm surrounded by people that like it. I'm also surrounded by a lot of people that share my opinions, but it's definitely way outnumbered. I know a lot of people come to this channel for advice. They come to what eShop games or which games should I buy, and people buy Switches just because I say that you should, or buy games just because you say I should, or avoid
This is so
games
unfortunate.
like WWE because I say that you should. But I'm not telling you to do anything. I don't want to take this game for anyone because so many people, as I said, love it, and I can see its merits.
Okay, why did you make the video then?
I think he just wanted to address people asking why he wasn't making it, but then I don't know.
He could have just said, I simply don't like the game. But he didn't. He went into critiques. I don't know.
I don't regret playing this. I'm happy I gave it a chance, and there was definitely a lot I enjoyed about it. But I think for now, I'm just going to keep it on the shelf for a little bit, so I can concentrate on this huge backlog of games that I've been building on. That's just my problem, and it shouldn't be yours. I hope you guys understood what I was trying to do in this video. At this point, I don't even know what I was trying to do in this video. I hope you like it anyway. I hope you leave a comment and subscribe. Again, just don't take offense. Don't be mad. You can be a little mad. Just don't go anywhere. Just please keep watching and say, hey, it's fine. It's going to be okay. I've seen people make videos about this, like Eric, just trying to express why he didn't like the game and he got demolished. So I expect it to happen regardless. I hope I did a better job than Eric. Kind of been hard. It's Eric. I'll see you guys in the next video before I make it anywhere.
Alright, man. Well, I think the reason he made the video is like what he said.
Yeah.
People kept bugging him to make one. And I guess he felt like if he just made it, this is me
Look
trying.
how bad his beard is.
This is me doing devil's advocate. Maybe can you pause it?
Yeah.
So like maybe he figured if he just made a video, he's like, I don't like the game, blah blah, didn't like the combat. People would keep bugging him, so he just thought he'd make a critique video about what he thought.
I think I had a lot more problems with his second video than this one, because then he tried to prove that he did play the game.
Well, yeah, I remember like he showed the fall, like, oh, I'll say I didn't get far in the game. This is 50 hours, but the area he was at, we think we were like at that part of the game like in like 10, 15 hours.
Yeah.
So he doesn't really super duper far in the game.
We should do the second video as a part 2. I don't really have a problem with this, with what he said at the end here. So, you know, yeah, he did ignore some things, and I was a little bit harsh. But, like, at the end, he's reasonable, okay?
Yeah.
I think the next video is where the true
And
issues
sometimes
lay.
when you play a game, sometimes you're just not feeling it at the time. Who knows? Maybe you could pick it up later and you might like it then.
Yeah,
There's been
true,
several games I've done
true,
that
true.
with. So.
I agree.
Yeah. Well, anyways, if y'all agreed with anything we said or disagreed, put it down in the comments down below. Like I said, we have no beef with Beatemups. Just as I said, Benjamin here is very passionate about Xenoblade Chronicles 2. He's got every single blade. Every
Yes,
freaking
I
one.
have done that.
And that took you how many hours?
400.
400 hours. So he's got 400 hours plus
Makes his-
the amount of time that I put into the game. Didn't you play New Game Plus too?
I did play New Game Plus, so
Okay, so
I have more than that. I have more than 400 hours, and
Yeah.
I've also played with him as well. So I've got a lot of hours into this game.
So he's very knowledgeable in the game. He's very knowledgeable in the mechanics because he literally lived that for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours.
Well,
So-
I'll say this qualifying statement to that. I looked up strats on how to do the mechanics actually, so there's that. I didn't just guess, because you can't really just guess with this game. You do have to kind of get a guide and figure out how it works. Otherwise, you're going to make a video like Beatemups did and show a tutorial that explains how to solve one of the problems you're pointing out with the game that isn't real. Anyways, so look up a tutorial on this game if you want to have the best experience, and because it tells you, but you have to pay attention. So, anyways, any closing statements?
No, I think that pretty much sums it up. I mean, this is not supposed to be like a headpiece on Beatemups. It's just us
No.
talking about the video. Because if you've watched us play Xenoblade Chronicles 2, kind of a running joke is that we reference his video here quite a bit. So I
think it's a second video. We meant to do the second video. I think so.
Well, we watched the second video after starting to play the game, but we watched the first video before we started the game.
True.
Yeah, so anyways, if y'all like this video, like, comment, and subscribe for some more.
Yes.
And
Yes.
y'all are awesome. Typically, I respond to all comments as long as they're not spam or mean. So yeah.
I respond to some memes and some spam.
Some memes. All right, guys.
Sometimes.
I guess we'll catch you later.
Catch you later.